Hey guys, thanks for joining us on When You Need 'Em, Ask Neadom. Today we're talking about managed services. What exactly are managed services and what does it mean for my company? Make sure you stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome to another week of Ask Neadom. Angel, this is like episode 3, right?
It sure is.
Wow, it goes by pretty quick. So what are we talking about this week?
Okay, so our question for today is about managed services. What exactly is it and how does it affect my company?
Okay, that's a good one. So managed services is a term that IT professionals use basically for the set of services they're offering to their company.
Okay.
And the price for managed services vastly depends on what services are being offered, how big the company is, and what industry they're in. So we look at a set of services or things like remote support, on-site support, things like vendor management, things like managing software licensing like Office 365 and Google Apps. We also look at things like patch management. It's one of the things
wait
that
a
we do.
second. Patch management. Patches. Obviously, we're not talking about ones that you would find on clothing. So what exactly are we...
No, not those. That's a good one though. So patch management basically is the process that we use to take software that manufacturers send, like Microsoft, Adobe, that gets sent out typically once a week, once a month, sometimes every day, and make sure they get installed on the computers.
Okay, so it's sort of like updates.
Updates, yep, exactly. So there'll be updates. Sometimes there's critical updates that have to happen, and we make sure those get installed typically after hours, so you don't have to deal with it at the beginning of the day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but if you've got a Microsoft product, it typically installs while you're in the middle of the day, so it happens all the time.
I've seen that too, actually.
Yeah, so we try to prevent that, but sometimes it happens and it can't be prevented. So after we have patch management, then we're dealing with things like monitoring and maintenance, and so we're going to monitor the network and make sure that things are working properly. So if something happens at 4 o'clock in the morning, we're going to know about it, make sure when you get in at 7 or 8 that it's going to be fixed and resolved. And then we're doing maintenance on the system. We're actually going to make sure that we're cleaning the computers out, that we're making sure that the hard drives are running properly, that we're defragging the computers and all that other stuff.
And that's kind of like you would your car, more or less.
Yeah, so think about every time you take your car to the mechanic to get an oil change, right? We want to make sure that your car's running smoothly, you change the air filters and all that. We have to take care of computers a little more often, so we typically do that weekly.
Okay. What else is included?
The next thing is proactive support. Proactive support is where we take the initiative to make sure that everything's working in your environment, and we want to prevent things from happening before they happen.
Okay, and you do that how?
So one of the things, if you look at a typical managed service agreement, we get paid a flat rate no matter what happens. If we get, they're 100 times or 1 time a month, we get paid the same. It behooves us for you not to have to pick up the phone and call, right? I make the most amount of money if you don't have to pick up the phone and call me, right? You also make the most amount of money if your computers aren't down.
That makes sense.
It's a win-win, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so in a proactive environment, a lot of people talk and say they do proactive and they don't actually. Think of proactive as actually having somebody that looks at your environment to make sure that we're applying best industry practice to everything that you have, making sure that your computers are up to date, or your computers are under warranty, and your software licenses are within agreement. So if you have a problem, you can get support.
And that's important.
So think about you had a really critical downtime issue, and let's say you're using QuickBooks, for example, right? QuickBooks is an accounting package that a lot of people use.
Yes.
But let's say you're on 5 versions behind QuickBooks, and you're on, 2018, so that would be 2013 version of QuickBooks, right? So you're on 2013 version of QuickBooks. Intuit doesn't support it anymore. You call them like, oh, you need to upgrade, right? So let's pretend that your QuickBooks file got corrupt, right? You've got payroll due today.
Absolutely, and that's critical.
Yeah, well, it can typically take Intuit without support 3 or 4 hours for you to go through, get the new licenses, get the new software installed, run the updates, get it installed. Then I can call Intuit and say, hey, I'm having a problem. Now can you help me?
Okay, so to avoid that extra 4 hours of downtime or delay, you're saying that if we had just maintained our warranty and updated to the newest version, you could have accessed support much faster.
Much faster. And that's what we typically find. People will typically buy a software package and then let the maintenance lapse and not buy the latest version. And that's a business risk that some people want to take, and that's fine. we just don't suggest it.
And that makes total sense, and I can definitely see where managed services would be something that you'd want to invest in for your organization.
Thanks a lot for tuning in this week. We really appreciate it. Make sure you tune in next week for our next episode. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video.
Ask your questions.
Ask your questions. Let us know, the link below. Guys, have a great one. We'll see you next week.
Bye.